Israel is considered by many to be a melting pot. Jews from around the globe gather in this tiny piece of real estate, which they remind you is smaller than New Jersey. But Israel is not only the state of the Jews. Of Israel's 6.5 million citizens, some 20% are Arabs. Most of them are Muslims, but there are also Christians and Druze. The Druze community in Israel is at the meeting point of tradition and modernity, and between its Arab roots and Israel's very Western way of life.
The Druze are a minority within a minority in the state of Israel. They are an Arabic-speaking group, in some ways ethnically and culturally part of the Arab nation, in some ways distinct in terms of their own habits and customs, traditions and heritage, and particularly a very strictly regulated religion of their own, which has been in existence since the 11th century.
Maintaining a long tradition of assimilation into the society which encompasses them and their respect for the local ruler, the Druze are proud to serve in the Israeli army.
We are the only minorities that serving in the army as according to the law, and from that day of the independence, we still being parts and counterparts of the state.
Like many other Druze, Wahaba has moved up the social ladder through his service in the Israeli army. He left the military as a lieutenant colonel.
All the units in the IDF are open to the Druze. Most of the Druze youth who enlist want to become combatants. I was born here. I serve here in the army. I am an Israeli in all senses.
The Druze have fought in Israel's wars and have lost 326 men. In 1980, a center was built in honor of their fallen. It was built by Amal Nasser ad-Din, a former military officer who later became a member of the Israeli parliament.
We, the Druze, stood up shoulder to shoulder with the Jews in 1948. They were only 600,000 at that time, when the Arab countries attacked them.
Despite the close relations between the Druze and Israel, the community feels the state is neglecting its financial responsibility to them.
If I will compare with another towns similar to the Carmel town, the difference it's very big, especially in the budget, in the helps. Also our budget is very small. We don't have economic area. We have many homeless from the soldiers that they finish the army and no chance for them to find a job here. We believe in this country. This is our country, but we need really special help. We need a big budget.
The Druze women in Israel mostly follow a traditional way of life. Nevertheless, the younger generation is gradually adopting a more Western lifestyle.
My daughter learns how to drive. I don't even have a driving license, but I wanted her to have one.
Anam, in a way, represents the change Druze women are undergoing. By her own admission, she only made it through the 8th grade. She says her father would have been stripped of his praying rights in the house of worship if she had continued her education. Today, however, Anam wants to empower the women in her village. She teaches older women how to read and write.
Women began thinking, if someone sends me a letter, why shouldn't I be able to read it? Nevertheless, there are still many women who say that we mustn't advance any further. I tell them time is running fast and we all have to stand up, work and study. A woman without a career isn't worth anything. A career opens your mind. It opens your life.